Okay, then. And connecting.
Hi.
How are you?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing very
Finally.
well. Yep, third time's a charm, hey?
Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm.
I'm caught
So
slightly.
how was your
I'm doing well.
sorry?
Can you hear me okay?
Good. Yes,
Okay.
yes, I can hear you.
Fantastic.
Good.
I didn't
Good.
I'm dressed up.
So,
I'm dressed up for you and everything.
are you dressed up for me? Oh, I feel so special.
Yeah.
I have on my nanny teeth. My super nanny.
Yeah, this is my Monday afternoon attire. I reside in this and just kick back and relax.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's nice to relax. Okay. So, tell us a little bit about you outside of the main world.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Tell us a little bit about you outside of the Manny world.
There isn't much to tell outside of the Manny world because it's pretty much my everything. So my life is I work for a family on the weekends, predominantly on the weekends. But you don't want to know about that. You want to know about outside of the Manny world. I typically spend Monday through Friday as a full-time agency owner, placing predominantly male childcare specialists in roles with busy families. I also help train them if they haven't worked in a private setting before, if they've only worked as coaches or tutors or teachers, then I kind of show them the ways of how it's done in a private home because it's different. There's certain nuances that, you know, it's those interpersonal skills and dealing with people in their private homes, which is kind of different to working in a school where it's a punch in, punch out kind of mentality. You're in their home, their private realm. So some people need some coaching on how that goes. But again, you asked about outside of the Manny world, and I guess my rambling kind of shows you that there really isn't much outside of the Manny realm. Yeah, there really isn't. I enjoy rock climbing and running and going to the movies.
Okay. Scary
I'm sorry?
scary movies?
Oh, most definitely. Get Out was the last truly terrifying movie that I saw. And then A Quiet Place was pretty good as well.
Okay. Let's see. I have no clue what you're talking about because I don't do scary movies.
You're missing out. It's
I'm thinking.
You feel tense from just working with children, I'm sure.
Well, it probably does relieve some tension, but that's not my kind of tension reliever.
Yeah.
So, tell me. Let me ask my first question.
Okay.
How long have you been working with children?
I'd say professionally, as in getting paid for it, for about just over 10 years. And then I'm 33 years old, and I am the eldest of 4 kids. And my parents broke up when I was 16. And then I kind of stepped into the big brother role. So I would say I've been working with kids in an unprofessional setting for as long as I can remember, really. I was everyone says, every professional nanny says they were the go-to babysitter for their neighborhood. And I can pretty much attest to that as well. That was me.
Okay. So you were the teenage babysitter too.
Yeah. I was the one that would just see a kid and just, kids and animals, they're my thing. Adults not so well, but little kids and people that can't talk to me, that's my element.
Okay. So tell me, when did you know that you wanted this to be your career?
I think I knew that I wanted it to be my career when I realized that it actually could be a career. I mean, I'm I'm from a very small town in England where nannies aren't a thing that exist. But then upon coming to LA and really finding out that people make their life out of caring for children, I knew that was what I would want to do, because it's not working. It's just doing what I do naturally, but also getting paid for it. So it's a win-win.
That's what most nannies say. I mean, that's what I say, because I always say I get paid to play.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it's a
that's
no-brainer.
yes. Why not get paid to play? So yeah, that's
Exactly.
what I always. Um, Hello to everyone who just came in. If you have questions, please start typing them down. So, Soma said, "We love Daniel here in LA. Our man too." Okay.
Thanks,
You
Salma.
have fans.
Yeah, she's cool. We spoke this morning. I paid her $10 to say that.
Oh, well. Okay.
I didn't really.
What about everybody saying how great you are?
Oh, I didn't. No, that's all. That's organic.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you didn't get them. Okay. So tell me, what exactly attracted you to this profession, besides you falling into the role?
Um, I think I was attracted to the profession again for the same reasons. It was something I loved to do, and then the fact that I could be paid to do something I love to do is it's just, it's a given. I mean, there's so few people that can truly say they love what they do, and I think the real professional nannies that take it seriously and have a real affinity for childcare and helping the lives of parents and families, it's fantastic. People that truly love to be a nanny and a family assistant, it's the best thing you can do.
So, okay, Emmy is taking one of my questions. This is, what adversities have you faced as a male nanny?
Being a male nanny, I would say, I mean, typically I've done all right, because I don't apply for jobs that don't mention Manny in the title. Because I don't. Usually, most job descriptions that geared towards females, and you can kind of tell by the verbiage that they just won't even entertain the idea of a male nanny. But I've
Mhm.
purely been placed through agencies in the past that obviously market me as a male nanny, because to market me otherwise would be wrong. Um, so
Right.
I've never had an issue finding work, which isn't strictly true. There are definitely less options out there for me, but at the end of the day, I only need one family at a time to make ends meet. Um, in in jobs specifically, I would say I have come across issues with families. Say, for example, I help on the weekends. I'm with an 8-year-old boy and a 10-year-old girl. Um, when she turned 9, she had a big sleepover, and it was requested that I not work on the Saturday. They would rather the female nanny be in the house sleeping over with the kids. So things like that, they come up, but I can't, we can't change the world overnight. And there's always going to be people that just feel more comfortable with a female around their female young children. I mean, I'm a realist. Like, I I get why you can't, you know, reach everyone, but I can do what I do with what I've got, and I've converted many of people onto the benefits of a male nanny, and if I can just reach one person, that's fine by me.
Well, I'm telling you, there are plenty of male children out there. I have all boys, so having a Manny would have been perfect for me. I,
Nice.
not a problem. So, and it's not just boys, it's girls too.
Hmm.
But there shouldn't be. I talked to Matthew a few weeks ago about discriminating against male nannies and the troubles that he was going through. And now you're saying that you can only work for one family at a time. But there are times when people don't see you as a authority figure, or they just see you're male, she's a female. No, that's not,
Hmm.
and that shouldn't be so.
No,
But we live in a land where everybody has their preference. So
100%.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Alex says, as a woman, I get a lot of rude comments about how my job isn't a real job. So, as a male, do you get these kinds of comments? Not a real job. Comments. How do you?
For some reason, I don't. I mean, when I when I tell people that I'm a Manny, um, they don't feel like, oh, he's a Manny until XYZ. I don't know. Maybe I tell them in a way that comes across as, you know, don't don't mess with the profession I've chosen, because it's what I want to do. And I think when I confidently tell people that this is what I do, they they back down. I don't know. I don't, for some reason. It's kind of strange, because I help females find jobs too, and I'm in all the nanny groups, and I see that, when nannies tell people they're a nanny, they're just met with, oh, that's fantastic. You get paid to play with kids all day, and I wonder when your real job is going to kick in, until, and it's just, it's sad. It's a shame, but for some reason, I don't come across any resistance or rude comments about how working with children is not a legitimate profession for me.
Well, maybe it's the way that you carry yourself
Maybe.
and the way you present it.
Yeah, because you just have, you have to own who you are, and you have to own what you do. And if they sense any hesitation in your voice, then they're gonna passively call you out on it. But if you stand up and you're like, yeah, I'm a professional nanny, then they're like, well, okay, then you can make money in that. Like, the follow-up question has been, oh wow, that's a job, you can do that full time. I'm like, yeah, how much do you make? It's just, it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's good. It's empowering to tell people what you do, because if you can turn it around when I say it, they usually respect. They're like, well, more power to you. Like, that's insane that you can do that. I could never. I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you. It's tough.
Yeah, it can be. Greta says, do you like babies or older kids?
I like them both. My first real hardcore family assistant position was with three kids, two younger girls and a 12-year-old boy. And I would have said that, that age was my favorite age, because moving into puberty, starting to swear and think it's cool because their friends do it, and, really trying to ground them, because I feel like at that age there's kind of a fork in the road. And that was my favorite age. And then I got a job with a 6-year-old boy, and he was, learning what he's capable of. He would start a sport and be a pro within 3 weeks. And I'd be like, this is fantastic. You can mold their mind into anything, and they just pick it up. So that was my favorite age. And then I got a job with a 6-month-old baby boy. And like day one, that was my favorite age, because it was just fantastic. Like, I would teach them, I would say, where's the blue elephant? And they would point to the blue. It was in Spanish, because they wanted him to learn Spanish. So I would, ask him where the blue elephant was in Espanol, and he would point to it. And then I would see him walk for the first time, and I'd never seen that before. And, then you have to, like, keep it quiet until the parents see, because you don't want to go and ruin that moment for them. So I would see these things for the first time in his life that had never been done before. And it was just magical. And I went back to visit him a few months ago, and he was, you know, when I left him, he couldn't. I was with him for about a year and a half, and he was just picking up some real language. And I went back a few months ago, and he was talking about carousels and soda water, and like he was like a real young adult to me, and it's just fascinating. I'm like, wow, you've grown up so fast, sir. This is fantastic. But yeah,
They do.
they really do. So I don't think I have a favorite age. I can just kind of assimilate to what's needed and just, hit the ground running.
Okay. Most nannies are chameleons. We just kind of go in, see the need, and conform to what needs to be done.
100%.
Can you hear me?
I did.
Okay.
I got a phone call. I just hung up on them.
Oh, sorry.
It was from New York.
Toya,
there's no one good in New York.
Okay. Toya says, have you ever experienced any discrimination from others when they learn that you work with children?
Discrimination from other nannies, did I hear? I missed it.
She said, have you ever experienced any discrimination from others when they learn that you work with children?
No.
When people learn that you work with children, have you been discriminated against?
No, I don't think so. If I have, then they've discriminated quietly or on the sly, but to my face, no, I don't believe that I have. I feel like, no, I really don't think that I have. Because honestly, like, you asked me what my life was like outside of the Manny world, and I don't really have a life outside of the Manny world. So everyone that meets me and speaks to me, I've either got a kid next to me or a business card in my hand. I get called the dad a lot, but I just roll with it. I just embarrass the kids. I'm like, I know, they grow up so fast, don't they? And just, I just play with it. But no, I don't think I face much discrimination to my face.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
wait a minute. So I'm at this Beverly Hills event right now, called Innovate. It's fantastic. You should Google it. But we're doing the network an hour before, and I told someone that, I'm a nanny, or I'm a male nanny, and they just looked at me like, oh, they gave me a really weird look, and they're like, oh, I would never trust a man around my children. I was like, okay, there goes my whole